The easiest way to determine how to retire is to determine how much money we need to retire. I really believed that reporters, when they would write a story, would at least try to go out of their way to make sure what they're saying is true. I'm really disappointed because the LA Times just did a solid bash. Small bash, but it's a solid bash, and it's totally untrue. And I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. Am I losing my mind? Multiple people gave me their business cards. We scheduled interviews. I'm working on scheduling. I've got the cell phone number to the chief of Parks and Recs, and we're working on scheduling a ride along so we can actually explore homelessness from the point of view of law enforcement. And then we've got activist numbers so we can explore homelessness from the point of view of activists so we could see both sides. And seriously, that's the mention we get in the LA Times? Like, this is why things get misconstrued in the media. And at the very least, like, add some clarity to the article because it doesn't look good on the LA Times.
With all of the internet abuzz with the rise and fall of meme stocks, there are a lot of feelings coming from both sides. Huge amounts of stock in AMC are being purchased, with some selling and some towing the line and holding on. Despite the worries of a short squeeze fallout, even among the continued purchase of these commodities, MeetKevin has announced he too will be investing in AMC and left the amount up to his viewers. And with so much interpretation many times left up to the media, MeetKevin has been vocal in his efforts to get fair representation. Making an enemy of the mass media can certainly be harmful to your image, and it can be disappointing to the target of untruths. Specifically, when it comes to articles the LA Times has published regarding his bid to address homelessness amongst the public park system. Sometimes, the hard truth can turn people away as well, regardless of how useful it may be. Everyone hopes to retire someday, and MeetKevin explains that in order to get there, you must multiply your desired monthly income by 200. At $5,000 a month, that equals a cool $1 million. Of course, these numbers are dependent on a lot of factors. One big one is the rate at which the federal government purchases bonds, at which point they are currently doing in large numbers. However, when those bond purchases rates go down, yields go up, and you see interest rates fluctuate. No matter how you feel about MeetKevin, he has a lot of advice to give that may be able to make you a more successful person.
A lot of what I'm reading reiterates the belief that AMC is set up for a pretty solid potential short squeeze. There is a risk, and this is a very real risk, and this is just being realistic. There's a real risk that the shorts continue to double down on their positions depending on how much money they have. So I think that's a real risk, and I think we can all agree that's fair, right? I mean, there's no short squeeze if they have more money and they just keep buying shorts. But that's just gonna make the eventual potential short squeeze worse. So without going into a lot of high level or even deep level detail right now, because we are doing a live stream fundraiser right now, I want you to know this. Next week, at some point next week, will be buying AMC stock. And the amount of AMC stock I will buy will actually be determined by you. The easiest way to determine how to retire is to determine how much money we need to retire. Think of it kind of like making a goal. So I want you to ask yourself, how much monthly income, not considering taxes, do you need to retire? We'll worry about taxes and all that stuff later. For now, I just want you to ask yourself, hey, based on what I'm making today, can I retire with $3,000 per month? Can I retire with $5,000 per month? Or do I need $10,000 per month? Maybe I want $10,000 or $12,000 or $15,000 per month because I want to live gildedly. Whatever the monthly amount is that you desire, I just want you to take that number and multiply it by 200. And that's it. So that is the amount of wealth that you need to create in order to retire. Now, this video is of course for entertainment purposes only, so always consult a professional who knows your personal situation better than I do. But this video might help you get started, so let's try it together. Let's go with $5,000 a month. $5,000 times 200 is $1 million. Okay, so we need $1 million of wealth to be able to retire. that I believe rate increases will come about 18 months after the Fed begins to taper their bond purchases. Right now, they have emergency levels of bond purchases going on. You've got $80 billion per month of Treasury bonds and $40 billion of mortgage-backed securities being bought every single month by the Fed just to inject cash in the economy. And the more the Fed buys these bonds, the more prices go up and the more yields go down, because you have more demand for those bonds, and then yields go down, so rates go down. So the Fed is really keeping rates down in two ways. One, with, well, the federal funds rate, but then the other is also their bond purchasing. And this is why we're all paying attention to that tapering. When are they going to stop doing this bond purchasing? Because when they stop, then you have less demand for the bonds and the yields could go up. When yields go up, then market rates push up, whether or not the federal funds rate has been changed or not.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.